We will be talking about California air pollution. The main factors are Northern California, Southern California, health effects, ozone depletion, and laws and regulations. Much of Northern California's air pollution comes not only from carbon dioxide but from methane gas emissions, known as CH4. An article from the academic journal Atmospheric Environment reported in 2014 on a study of Northern California's methane emissions, primarily the San Joaquin Valley and San Francisco Bay Area. They found that the three greatest contributions to air pollution in Northern California are solid and wastewater management, gas and oil production, and livestock management. These three contributors contributed more than 90% of Northern California's air pollution, more than rice, biofuel, wetlands emissions, biomass burning, and coal production.
Moving into Southern California, Northern California air pollution is not as bad as Southern California air pollution. Although cities such as Los Angeles, Riverside, San Diego, and even Long Beach have bad air qualities, Southern California has much more air pollution. According to an article from the Chico State Library database, this states that due to the immense air pollution near highways and roads in Southern California, coronary heart disease is a major factor and result of this to the human population. With new advances in regulations, the attempt on keeping the air quality much cleaner is becoming more successful. Greenhouse gases have also been playing a major part in the scientists' research and studies. The Southern California Association of Governments has developed a regional plan that aims to reduce per capita vehicle miles traveled, because this has a substantial impact on greenhouse gas emissions. According to See California, Los Angeles is the largest city in Southern California with the most air pollution.
There are many health problems that result from air pollution. In Northern California and the Central Valley, when pollution particles are inhaled, the air basins linger inside the lungs, causing constant irritation that diminishes lung capacity and can lead to cancer. The particles not only get into individuals' lungs, but their bloodstream vessels as well, which can trigger the formation of artery clogging plaques, which cause strokes and heart attacks. According to ABC News, pregnant women who live in areas with high levels of air pollution caused by heavy traffic are at an additional 30% increased risk of premature birth. It's known that when toxins get into pregnant women, toxins disrupt the metabolism of the baby and also puts them at higher risk for asthma, respiratory infections, and sudden infant death syndrome. South Coast Air Quality Management District measured levels of cancer-causing pollutants, which estimated the highest lung cancer risk detected in and around ports of LA and Long Beach. According to Discover magazine, 1 of every 4 children in these areas will have asthma. California has a generation who are permanently damaged by their constant exposure to pollution. And as these children get older, they are more likely to have heart diseases because their bodies can't generate enough oxygen. Residents of California die prematurely every day because of pollution as the temperature continues to rise and population growth raises among smog levels. It will only get worse.
Ozone depletion occurs when harmful chemicals and toxins such as chlorofluorocarbons, also known as CFCs, are released into the atmosphere. When these chemicals reach the upper atmosphere, they're exposed to ultraviolet rays. This process causes them to break down into molecules which is highly reactive to the oxygen atoms present in the ozone. The molecules separate the ozone molecule, which then forms weak spots or, in severe cases, a hole in the ozone layer. In California, these harmful CFCs are regulated by the Cap-and-Trade program, which limits the amount of ozone-depleting substances found in refrigeration units. These ODS gases destroy stratospheric ozone and have a high global warming potential. As seen in the image here of California from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, there is a large amount of air pollution. This is only due to the geographical shape of the regions.
With all of the damage being done to the ozone layer, human health, and the environment, steps have been taken both federally and statewide to reduce these harmful effects. In 1970, the Federal Clean Air Act was passed. The FCAA forms the basis of national air pollution control effort. The Global Warming Solution Act of 2006 states a specific state bill signed into law by Governor Schwarzenegger. This law fights global warming by establishing comprehensive programs to reduce greenhouse emissions from all sources. Governor Schwarzenegger also signed the Executive Order S-305, which establishes gas emission targets for the state. The goal is to eventually reduce the emission levels to 80% below the 1990 levels by the year 2050. In compliance with the Global Warming Act of 2006, the Cap-and-Trade program was started. This is a regulation that applies greenhouse gas allowance budget to covered companies, providing a trade mechanism for compliance. Lastly, California has strong smog inspection laws in place. Registered cars must be inspected yearly in order to be registered.
In conclusion, although it is proven that Northern and Southern California have severe air pollution ozone levels that have significantly improved. During the 1970s to 1980s, the ozone levels in Los Angeles were 300 parts per billion. Now levels have dropped to 100 parts per billion. This information shows that these laws and regulations put in place are improving air quality in California.